we do want to have a conversation about the world of small businesses because they're getting squeezed as the coronavirus fears continue to impact that world. I want to get to Marty Mucci, who I think is going to be joining us right now. Marty, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Marty, how are you?
Good, Andrew.
Tell us right now in terms of how small businesses are thinking about all of this. We obviously have potentially, we heard from Eamon Javers, a payroll tax cut, which could be coming, and potentially other stimulus measures as well.
I think right now what you're seeing, we took a survey about 2 weeks ago, and about 66% of small businesses, these are businesses under 500 employees, feel like they're prepared if the coronavirus gets more widespread. I think some of that is because of the technology that's out there today. You know, many folks work from home, they have laptops, they have Wi-Fi connections, and they can do that. About 50% have really felt that they've had no impact at this point, although things are moving pretty quickly. The biggest impact that most small businesses are having right now is their anxiety of their employees. So what can you do about that? You can communicate with them. You can make sure you have work from home assessment, that you assess whether they can work from home. You look at other things that you can do at your businesses, depending on your size. So I think there's careful kind of analysis and thinking and planning now, but not feeling all that panicky at this point.
So not a panic yet. I was going to say later today at 3 p.m., the CEOs of all of the largest banks in America are expected to meet at the White House with President Trump and others as part of that administration. And one of the things we're expecting him to talk about is for banks to try to extend loans for small businesses. How important is that, and what do you think that could look like?
I really think that is important. Anything that would give them more confidence that they can get through a kind of a short term, not knowing how long this will be, but most feel it'll be kind of a short period of time. But that could hurt small businesses like restaurants and so forth, where people are not coming out. They're not going to those businesses, right? So if they could have some either low interest or no interest loans or some sort of cash infusion that could help them in the short period of time, I think that would be really helpful to kind of hold them over. You know, we're still in a full employment time. So other than that, you know, they're fully employed, and people do want to keep their employees active and employed and retained so that they don't have to.
Marty,
that they're ready.
You don't sound very nervous. I mean, I'm very happy that you don't sound nervous.
What if the world really does end, Marty?
No. But I'm saying.
Well, that's Andrew's question to everyone. Every. Okay, all right. But what if the world really does end?
It's not about whether the world ends. It's that there are so many small businesses.
I know. I understand.
Service
Andrew,
workers.
Don't preach to me. I understand.
In major cities.
I got it.
Marty,
I understand.
For better or worse, wherever
he probably knows.
I'm not sure he.
No. Okay, then argue with him. All right, then challenge.
I was going to say I'm not sure he does, Marty.
Okay, there you go.
Marty, just so we're clear, the polls and studies that you've been working on are 2 weeks old?
Yeah, so things are changing fast. You're right, Andrew, but I think, you know, one thing that we're missing is a lot has changed in the last few years from a technology standpoint. And while businesses like restaurants that are looking for incoming customers, there are a lot of businesses that can have people work from home. Paychex has 8 to 10% of our employees work from home, and we're assessing how many more can do that. How do you break up businesses? The big thing is communicating with your employees and your customers. We're holding webinars for our customers and clients saying this is how you prepare. Communicate with your employees and your customers, letting them know how you're preparing. So there's not a panic yet. There certainly is concern, though.
Hey, Marty, you said what you'd like to see from the government would be low interest or no interest loans made available to small business. What do you think about the administration's plan for a payroll tax holiday for employees and employers? Is that helpful or no?
Yeah, I think it's helpful, but that usually would spur more consumer buying and spending. I'm not sure that is much the issue. I think it always helps if people feel like they have more money and that there's a little bit more that they can spend. But I think this is a little bit different issue. This issue is more how do we make sure that small businesses, in particular under 500 employees, can sustain less demand for a while and be able to get through those rough periods.
And how do you think about if we were to extend unemployment insurance? That's one of the other ideas that's on the table.
Yeah, I think that's helpful because I think
that more
the employees
helpful than the payroll tax cut idea?
I would think so, because I think, again, it's something that is making someone feel a little bit more comfortable, right? The employees that are worried are those that are going to get laid off, possibly temporarily, and how do I help myself through that? Is it more sick time pay? Is it unemployment benefits? What is it? But most businesses are still going to try not to, lay them off if they don't have to, because it's tough to hire and retain right now employees for your businesses if the demand, is sustained or comes back pretty strong.